Hello, this is Ben with DC Digital. Today we're introducing our newest product. It's a large format display that receives data from an Arbiter master, and I'm going to have Ben go ahead and introduce the Arbiter system and the data and how the data is transmitted to the displays.
Okay, thanks, Jim. The Arbiter system is a master clock frequency monitor. It obtains time from a GPS satellite. The frequency is monitored through this blue wire here, and it's simply measuring the line frequency. This master clock has applications in power plant processing, generating power for anywhere, power generation. It has a small screen here that allows you to observe time or frequency or deviation from a standard frequency such as 60 Hertz, or deviation from time source, or where you're at in the GPS position, whether you have a lock or out of lock, etc. But because this screen is so small, monitoring this from any distance is pretty much impossible. So we have partnered with Arbiter to bring this large format display out and replace some aging large format displays that are already in existence, that are aging out of their life cycle. So
they're pretty much going to be able to exchange what they have currently with this newer model that we come out with. It's one-to-one, not a lot of...
Correct. So there is a Arbiter application note 103. In here you can do out of lock, local time or UTC time, frequency deviation, time deviation, system time, which refers to UTC time plus or minus whatever your time deviation is, system frequency, system phase, system amplitude, or Julian date. Over here you can see the Julian date and the UTC time as well. And then we can display any one of these using dip switches on the back here. This has an RS-232 port out the back of it. That is going into this first display. This display can then send data via RS-485 1200 meters to this display, which could then send this data to another display 1200 meters away, and we could continue on indefinitely.
This specific model covers 232 in only, 485 in and 485 out. So we will make it that way.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So you don't have to have this one in the first position and this one in the second position. They can be swapped, interchanged, etc. Also, you don't have to have a different part number for each of those modes spelled out in the application note. For mode 11, you set the dip switches to position 1, which I'll do so now. So position 1 is out of lock. Right now we have out of lock set at 0, so it's actually displaying what our out of lock is. Position 2 is our frequency deviation. And so frequency deviation, we are under 60 Hertz by 0.036 Hertz. Time deviation, and this is how close to UTC the system time is. So the system time is now ahead of UTC by this number of seconds. Now we're right on, and now we're behind. This is showing now the UTC time, which is the same as this time here, and it updates exactly in sync with the master clock. This is showing the Julian date. Mode 1 is out of lock, and that's address 11 in their application note. Frequency deviation is 22 or mode 2, and that is frequency deviation. Time deviation is mode 3, and that is either taking the address 33, 34, or 35, whatever is available in the serial string. Mode 55 is mode 5 is 55, address 55, taking the Julian date. Mode 4 is the UTC time, or address 44. Mode 6 is another time, and this is actually the system time. So this is the UTC plus or minus the seconds deviation. That's mode 66. Mode 6, address 66 in their application note. Mode 7 is the frequency, system frequency, so we are operating under 60 Hertz exactly. Mode 88 is the system phase, so this is the 211 degrees out from 0. And mode 9 is the amplitude, so 122 is our sine wave amplitude on our power outlet.
So
if we are looking for one mode, say we're in mode 66, but that data is not available or doesn't come through for any reason, we will show blanks across this display, showing that that data is not available. First thing that I would check is your box here and make sure that it's set to the Vorne output, Vorne standard output, in order to have these different addresses come out of your serial port. There are other outputs that Arbiter makes, not just the Vorne output, but this particular product is addressing that string. We can custom manufacture for any of those strings that they have available in their clocks. This is a 4-inch digit. This matches the existing 4-inch products out there. We also have a 1-inch digit, which is about this size for a smaller room. We have 2.3-inch digits. We have 4-inch digits, 6-inch digits that can be viewed indoors or outdoors, 8-inch digits, indoors or outdoors, 15-inch digits, all the way up to 30-inch digits. So you can see a 30-inch digit across the Mississippi River, so we can address pretty much any audience that you would need.
Again, thank you for watching. This is Jim and Ben with our newest model, the DC-406-VFLD Vorne very large format display. Thanks for watching.